In this video, we look at the SPAF 90mm 1:1 ratio macro from Tamron as adapted and tested on the Lumix G9. We are testing the 272E version for Canon full frame and APS-C DSLRs. This version of the lens was discontinued a few years ago. However, you still should be able to pick one up used in the price range of $150 to $230 depending on the condition. The construction is all plastic and the lens is not weather sealed. But the optical performance of this lens is absolutely superb. The f2.8 aperture allows you to separate your subject from the background. We are adapting this lens to the Lumix G9 using Viltrox EF-M2 and EF-M1 adapters, giving us focal lengths of 127mm and 180mm respectively. Wide open at f2.8, this lens is already sharp. At f5.6, the lens is optimally sharp. This lens, in combination with the Lumix G9, renders superb images. Taking a closer look, as you can see at f2.8, the center and corners are quite sharp. There is some light fall off at f2.8, however, it disappears at f4. The center and corners are sharper at f4, and peak sharpness at center and corners is at f5.6. At f8, the center and corners remain sharp, and at f11, the center and corners still remain sharp. There is slight softness at the center and at the corners at f16. Beyond f16, the center and corners are soft due to diffraction. This lens is quite usable in the range of f2.8 through f16. While we wouldn't expect this lens to support continuous autofocus, even autofocus single is problematic with this lens and camera combination. At the minimum distance of 29 centimeters, autofocus single is reliable with both EF-M1 and EF-M2 adapters. With the EF-M1 adapter, autofocus is not possible beyond 60 centimeters. With the EF-M2 adapter, autofocus is not possible beyond 3 meters. But then again, most people buy macro lenses for close-up photography and videography and tend to use manual focus. I should note that the Tamron 90mm and my Tokina 100mm macros are the only EF lenses where I have an autofocus single issue. But both those macros work flawlessly with my Canon DSLRs. It may be the adapters, or it may just be that these lenses require phase detection autofocus. Despite the autofocus issues, this lens is still a superb alternative to the micro four thirds macros that are available today, given the superb optics and the usable depth of field, and the fact that it can be adapted to just about any mirrorless camera, full frame through micro four thirds. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, thanks for watching.